This is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I am playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the TOG 2. It's a British Tier 6 heavy tank. I'm going to look at my missions because there is a mission for this tank, which is a heavy tank, right? So I'm going to go down to the heavy tanks. It is to destroy an enemy vehicle by ramming. Okay, very unlikely to do that with this tank, but I'm going to go into battle. I will do it with the FCM-50T. The FCM-50T will destroy an enemy tank by ramming because it's very fast, so I'll be able to catch up. And this type of a map, it's unlikely for that to happen. The TOG never went into service. They may have developed one. I think there's one in a museum somewhere. This tank was designed because they thought that in the war the terrain would become very unstable due to artillery attacks, which apparently happened in World War I. It was difficult for tanks to cross the terrain, so they made this tank. So it was never used.
Let's go.
It was never used during World War II. It was a World War II era tank. They didn't have terrain issues, and therefore it wasn't necessary. Excuse me. This is called a super heavy tank, actually. So I decided to go this way because I think there's going to be a little bit more cover. I need to hide. There's 3 enemy artillery units. As soon as they spot me, they're going to bombard me. And it's stupid for me to go far from the base because my tank is very slow. What makes sense is to stay close to home, find some big rocks to hide behind. Like, this should be a pretty good place. Normally I don't do this at all. Normally I find a different position, like where that KV-2 is type thing, but more forward. But like I said, this is really difficult to hide. So I'm going to stay behind a lot. I'm going to stay deep behind in my territory. I'd love to be able to hit those tanks out there and help my team out, but unfortunately they're out of my range. It's definite that teams that work together definitely have better games. Okay, let's see if we can get this KV-1.
Target acquired. Target released. Penetration. Target acquired. Where'd they go?
So I hit him and I apparently tracked him. The first shot that I did was using the automatic locking feature, so he just drove past my shot. So I started doing it manually so that I could shoot a little bit ahead of him, which succeeded. Hopefully I'll be able to get one of these tanks. Again, it doesn't make sense to move around that much because the tank is slow. If I go too far from the base, it can take a long time to get back. And unfortunately, we have an issue where we're losing. I'm going to alert my team. We're losing on the north, and we have no one there to defend, and I certainly can't get there in time. But I really have no choice. I've got to help my team out. And I'm going to have to go in with no fear. They're going to use their artillery.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
I missed that shot.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay. Our team is making a big mistake. They should really be defending us.
Target acquired. Enemy is
They
hit.
should really be retreating.
Target released. Ready to fire. Target released.
Here comes the artillery.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Keep moving.
Penetration.
Change direction for artillery.
One of our tracks is down. We're dead for. Everyone get out.
Okay, so as you can see, our oh my god, I'm very angry. Our teammates are like this guy, this Jagdpanzer. What the hell does he think he's doing? We're gonna lose this game because this idiot.
Critical engine damage. We're stuck here.
God, this guy, what he did was completely useless. That tank, that SU-100 would have had no impact on the game, and these guys just don't know how to play. So he did the wrong thing, and now they're ganging up on
Anyone outside this area?
our defender here. Now we've lost. Now these other two guys are completely useless, and they're not going to do anything. Maybe they're miracle players. Maybe these guys are top tier players, and I just don't get it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that this Chinu, who's apparently a phone number, I don't think he's going to rescue the team. He's got to go through perhaps as many as 6 tanks.
One of our tracks is damaged.
Nope, so it's not him. Well, here's our hero, Jared, who I understand eats Subway sandwiches. Now, Jared here needs to go to the base. Whatever he's doing, he can't spot anybody except for that guy who's about to kill him. So he can't spot anybody. It's useless for him to be there. He can't shoot people that he can't spot.
The engine is damaged. We're on fire.
And I'm guessing he doesn't have a fire extinguisher, so that's it. Well, they went and they found him. Well, that's a stupid team. I love playing the TOG, and unfortunately, the TOG can't win it for the team. The TOG is not indestructible. Especially I had 4 tanks shooting at me. And I'm not concerned about those things. But I am concerned about the fact that my team really, really dropped the ball on that.